Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of Starsector Iron Mode Let's Play. Thank you for watching and just a quick recap from the previous episode. We took 2 exploration missions and right now we are on a transportation mission. We have to deliver fuel to Nova Maxios. That's pretty close, so that was some easy money, I thought. And well, I'd like to thank everyone. A couple new missions came up, so I'll just check those out. I'd like to thank everyone for the feedback you gave me on the previous episode. There was some very valuable feedback there. Some stuff a lot of valuable criticism. Criticism. That sounds a bit harsh, but things I could use. For starters, I did not notice how fast I am sometimes clicking between screens. I know what's on there, you might not. So I should definitely take some time explain what's going on, why I'm pressing buttons. So I will try to do that a bit more. And some feedback about audio levels, that's good as well. So thank you for that. Let's check out the new missions that came up. Let's see if they're interesting to accept. Okay, there's an analyze the relic chip, similar to the ones we did last game. It's all the way over here. We're here, so it's not too far. But and the other one, as we can see, it's over here. So last episode, we tried to combine 2 missions. That's not possible with these 2. 70,000 credits, it's worth a bit more, it's also a little bit further away, but okay, that's actually relatively significant. 40, this one is 90 light years away, 19, this one is 27, I think we'll go for the 19 light years away one. The difference in reward, 60k, 70k, it's not too big, and this one will be easy to find because it is orbiting an inactive gate. That's easy to find. There's gates are very easy to spot. This one is some distance away from the center of the Alpha Wilo star system, so we'd have to actually look for it. We're going to accept this one. With this we have 2 active missions. The delivery mission we took, we are going to do that. I accidentally cancelled the movement. And then after that we will explore, and I really like the exploring part of this game, so yeah, let's do that. We're almost there and we need to bring it towards Nova Maxios. That's the star, the planet of the Independence. Another analyze domain era probe mission came up. Let's see if it is close to the one we accepted. It is not at all. It's... oh, that's a bit of a shame. It is right next to the other one we could have taken. That's a bit of... so we could have combined those 2, but we didn't know that yet. So that's a bit of a shame. But you have to be lucky with those things. We got lucky last session, but not so much this one. All right. Here we have to... there we go. We lost 680 fuel, we gained 23,000 credits, and let's take a look. First of all, let's look if there's any interesting missions here. Make eye contact with the Pather. There's 2 missions here. This one, we can follow the guy, man with Pather tattoos. Pathers, Luddic Path, they are a faction within this setting, and they are sort of like anti-technology terrorists. They will start terrorist cells on colonies with high levels of technology and such, and they're pretty annoying. If we follow this guy, he will ask us for 10,000 credits. The story here is he asks us to create a new identity for him, give him money, and then he will tell us where the base of the Luddic Path is that that has a terrorist cell at this planet. It would cost us 10,000 for the location. We are going to say no to that. We do not at this point. If we were more into doing bounty hunting, if our fleet was more geared towards that, we might have taken it, done it. It'd be interesting to know where they are. Right now it's just not very relevant to us. There will be other opportunities to find that base, and yeah. The other mission is a delivery contract. Alright, it is a delivery contract. 530 units of heavy machinery. 7 light years away. I think we might be able to make that and be and still make our mission as well. Oh, hold on, I clicked too fast. We have to bring it to Fikenhild, the Western S star system. I've got some problems with double clicking on my mouse. I should get a new one, I think. Yeah, that's, oh well. Western S, it is over here, so it's not too far. After that we have to go there. I think we'll be able to make that if we are in the system of our delivery, our analyzation mission. We'll find the target we're looking for pretty easily. As I said, it is orbiting an inactive gate, so that's easy to find. And I think we can first do the delivery contract mission, so we'll just accept that. And I pressed wrong. Let's go to the bar, let's go to the concerned man, accept the contract. Yeah, 52,000 credits, that's a lot. Okay, also we're going to check out if there's any interesting ships we could buy here on the market. I kind of like these Falcon light cruisers, but these are very heavily permanently damaged. Every single one of these orange bars signifies one permanent type of damage to a ship. Depending on what it is, I might take a ship with 1 or 2 if I really want that ship. But 4 is just too much. Although also we can't really afford this, so that's not really relevant either. On the black market, there's nothing I really want. I'd like a light carrier pretty soon. Carriers are very nice ships within this game, but not a Condor. Condors are decent but not good, and I kinda would like. What did I do there? Okay. Oh, come on. Let's grab everything. Yeah, it's a little bit annoying, the problem with double clicking I have. So okay, did we accept the mission? I think we did, the delivery mission, so we're going to do that one first. And well, if we're lucky, there might be an interesting ship there. So well, we'll see. Order a jump to hyperspace. As you can see, another analyze mission. I'm just going to take these. We can't get any more of these missions whenever we are in space. So okay, this one is the other side of the, that's not the other side of the galaxy, so that's just no way we can combine that. Oh, a pirate fleet. Where? Oh, hyperspace storm dodging here. These are pro plays here. I wish. Okay, we're going to hit there. Okay, it's not too bad, but not what we want either. Okay, Fikenhild. So what's the best point to exit hyperspace to get to Fikenhild? That's pretty close. Fikenhild is there, so let's just set a straight course. Fikenhild station, there we are. 52,000 credits. Okay, let's see if there's any interesting ships here. Well, heavy freight, I like heavy freight. Oh, okay, so that's a Drover light carrier. And Drover light carriers, they are better than the Condor carriers. They're a bit more expensive. These two have permanent damage though. And I'm going to check those out after I check the black market to see if there's anything interesting here. Nothing I really want. A Heron, fast carrier, those are really nice. The difference between the Heron and a Condor, and similar to the Condor, the Drover, which we can buy here. These two carriers, the Condor and the Drover, they have two fighter bays. They can deploy two sets of different types of fighters, bombers, small ships that can launch from carriers. And the Heron has three, so I really would prefer a Heron above the Drovers. There's an interesting tactic relating to Drovers, but okay. What is the permanent damage on the Drover? It is a increased maintenance. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Because carriers are already expensive when it comes to maintenance. Compare the maintenance here. You can see it within the logistical data. I will try to circle this in editing. I will try to find a way to make this more clear. I am not entirely sure if I can do that. This is the first time I'm going to edit a video. So yeah, if I won't be able to do that, I'll just maybe post a picture in the description or something. We'll figure something out. Okay, so the civilian transport, 10 supplies to maintain. The Colossus and the 6, well, these are not really combat ships. The Phase frigate, it's 6. This frigate, it's 8. These are not very big ships, but this 24, and for this one, it will, because this costs an additional 12. This is just straight up 12, so it's cheaper to maintain, and that's good. But it has two other permanent. I'm just not going to do it, but I will try to find one as soon as possible. Okay, so we went to the bar. Every planet has a bar with unique to that planet missions, and one of them is the Flag Down the Academic with the Tripod. That's a mission you're always going to get eventually, and usually pretty early into the game. This is very nice. The Academic with a Tripod is sort of an introductory mission. Oh, that's actually the same face as we have on Filipa Swanson. This is sort of an introduction to AI course, and I will expand a bit in space. Any interesting missions? Delivery contracts, not too much. Tegra City, it might actually be on the way, but okay. And we learned a pirate base location by giving a beer to a pirate. That's cheap. That's easy. Let's just go. Let's leave and let's do the analyze direct ship mission we accepted. It would cost us 227 fuel to get there. How much do we have? 500. That's a bit close. We'll just buy ourselves some more fuel, and things like stocking up on fuel, stocking up on supplies. You just have to do that. You can't really avoid that. You shouldn't skimp out on that either. You might save some money by not doing that, but if you get stranded in space, there's battles going on here. Neutral. Okay, so there's a pirate scout here. Oh yeah, we're not going to fight here, Simon. Leave us alone. Just nothing good can come from getting involved with that. This is pretty cool. This is a what's the right word? So we need to turn on our sustained burn. We stop for a bit, but after that we go much faster. So what I was saying, okay, so in this, basically this world it really feels alive because there's so much going on. There are pirates, the pirates are raiding another mission. Let's see if it happens to be close to the one we already took. It is not. this world really feels this universe really feels alive. There's pirates. The pirates will raid mercantile convoys. There will be bounty hunters. They are going to raid they are going to hunt for the pirates because the authorities are going to put out bounties on the pirates whenever they raid mercantile convoys, and in turn, you might just fly around and just suddenly see a bounty hunter in combat with. Okay, so we are in space, and you might stumble upon a great battle or something. There might be spoils of war to find there, to salvage. So it's actually pretty lucrative. It's a good strategy to hang around points where battles find place, where battles happen, especially if some of the larger factions are in a war against each other. There's some systems you can hang out and reliably get some loot. But we're not going to do that. It makes it for a bit boring video, I think. And another point, I should have done this already, but I wanted to explain a bit what I'm going to do. I am going to turn down our transponder, the button with one on it. It is on. It is highly illegal in civilized systems to turn it off. That's just a no-go. But a transponder, it basically tells everyone who you are. And within civilized systems, you have to have it turned on. But we're going to turn it off. I still didn't do it, actually, because it also draws attention to you. It makes it easier for. Okay, the gate is over there. I'll just go there then. It makes it easier for pirates to spot you, because you are turning on your transponder. You are just basically telling the whole world who you are, what kind of ships are with you, and well, that just signals us as prey. That's a bad thing. Okay, so we found the system where we need to be for our mission. We have some time to spare, 70 days, so we're easily in time. We found the gate. We can actually see it on the map of the system, but it's all the way over there. It's not too far, but it's so you have to take a guess with these things where an objective might be, and we just guessed wrong. That happens. So we're flying there, and well, we have to be a bit careful because our fleet is just not at all geared toward combat, and if we get into a fight, we are in trouble. Okay, so this is actually really nice. Sometimes you find these clusters of ships. A lot of ships here. Dram class tanker, combat freighter, Phaeton class tanker, shuttles. These are not great ships, but they're ships, and we might be able to salvage a free good ship here if we're lucky. But first off, we're going to do the mission, run the sensor package, 60,000 credits earned, and let's explore this ship. Let's go to that one, explore that one. We actually found the location of a debris field. That will be we will be able to see that on our minimap. Okay, so this is a Phaeton class standard tanker. The Phaeton class, they're pretty good tankers, but 3 types of permanent damage. Well, let's not take this. Let's salvage it. Let's scrap that ship and salvage operations. So and explore this. Okay, so we found the location of a ultra rich rare ore deposit. That means there's a planet with very valuable ores, and we know where it is, so we can take a look at the intel tab. And so under the exploration tab, we have these 2 new pop-ups. We found a debris field, so we know it's there. That's from one of the ships we just found. And well, that's actually pretty far away. Why do you have that random location? And there's also a ultra rich rare ore deposit location. It's within this system, so we know there's a planet with rich ores in this system. And we're going to yeah, I should have showed that for a bit. I'm going to press the scavenge button. That's on 6. And whenever we are at a location where there is something to scavenge, something to salvage, if we press it, for example in a debris field like this, we can check out if there's anything interesting to find. And well, there's some metal, heavy machinery, fuel, and supplies. Not too bad, not too bad. We'll just take these all. And we could just press the button again. We could do it again. But every time you do it, it has diminishing returns. So the next time, long-range scans that it indicated that it's likely something of value could be found, but the risk is significant, and we'll just take it anyways. We lost 5 heavy machinery. That's the risk we're taking here. We found some. Well, we found 4 heavy machinery and well, some more stuff. So we're making a profit here, but it became a bit more dangerous. And if we do it again. No, I pressed 7 again. I did this last episode as well. Now it's possible. It's not likely anymore that something of value could be found, but it's possible, and there's a high risk instead of a significant risk. So the more we do this, the less we're going to find, and the bigger the more resources we are going to lose. Okay. So while we are in this system, there's a comm relay here. And comm relays are one of 3 types of structures that can be built in stable locations within a system, and I'm going to explain that a bit as well, because this is going to be relevant whenever we have a colony at that point. We're going to build these. We might even find these in space. There's 3 types of structures. You can build a... well, I'm going to destroy it first and then show it. I'm going to break this for salvage. This is one of the structures that provides stability for same faction colonies in system. Well, there's no colonies in this system, where we don't have any colonies here, nor do we have any colonies yet. So we're just going to break this for salvage. It will give us a good bit of resources for that. Heavy machinery, transplutonics, metals, and volatiles. So those are 2 types of resources. And now you can see there's a stable location here, not the comm relay anymore, but just a stable location. If we interact with that, we can build one of 3 types of structures. The comm relay will give the stability bonus. We just destroyed it. A sensor array will increase the range of our sensors. I noticed there's a sensor array on the other side of this system, so well, we could take that over. We could claim it. We could also break it down, get the resources, but we could also claim it, and by that increase our sensor range within this star system. Or we could construct a makeshift nav buoy, and that would increase our burn level, which it just means we can be a little bit faster here in this system. These bonuses are all relative to the system you're in. So if you build it in one system, you're not going to get that same bonus in a different system. You would have to create a new structure there. And there's a limited amount of stable locations like these. There's one here. There's one here. There's a sensor array built on that, and I don't see any other stable locations. So there's just 2. So ideally you want to build your colonies later on in a system where you can build the 3 types of structures, because they would give you 3 bonuses, and in a system like this you could only buy 2. So well, it's just not perfect, but well. So we're in the system anyways. We did our mission. We have some spare time, so you know what, I think we can just fly towards the closest planets and survey those a bit. The surveying part of this game is actually pretty... Okay, there's something here. That might be an derelict ship. A Dramcast tanker. So we're just going to check that out, explore. We're not able to salvage that ship, but well, it's some loot nevertheless. And we could just actually survey these planets to show you a bit how that works. So if you find a planet, it's unsurveyed in deep space, but you can survey it. You can invest things like manpower. You can invest things like supplies. It will consume supplies and heavy machinery to well survey a planet, find out what the details of that planet are, and well how suitable that planet would be for colonization or mining projects. This would cost us 25 supplies to survey, but we'll just do it just to show you guys how it works. And you need to have at least 20 heavy machinery and 100 crew members to do that. Those are not consumed. Oh boy, 1 second. Yeah, the doorbell rang, so I just had to check that out. But so we're going to survey this planet. It's going to cost us the supplies. We're not going to get those back. Moderate ore deposits, rare ore deposits. This is it's a planet. Let's leave here. And well, so in our intel, in our cargo tab, you can see we just got class 1 survey data, and that means this is a class 1 planet, and the survey data for a planet like that is worth 1,000 credits per unit. And there's better classes. There's 5 classes, and a class 2 survey data, class 3, 4, 5. These are each more worth than the other classes. So you know what? We might actually just do another one. I think we'll just go here. We'll just go there, and we'll do a survey another planet. We have to be a bit careful with the supplies, but it should be fine. What's the worst that can happen? So over here on the left side of the screen, we just got a notification. We just got some monthly income. That's a stipend. That's money we get from one of the authorities for help we supposedly provided them. And that stuff that's going on within the tutorial. We didn't do that, but within the tutorial you help one of the factions and they give you monthly money for a couple years as a thank you. So that's nice. Okay, so before we are going to survey one of these planets here, I am going to press remote survey. And as you can see, the following unsurveyed planets are in range. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 planets within range for a remote survey. That means we would get very rudimentary information about these planets, but well, that can be pretty useful in figuring out the worth of a system relative to for colonization purposes. In the current system, there's a lot of planets here. There's really a lot of planets here, but they all have a hazard rating of 200% or higher, and that's a lot. That means that upkeep for structures on that planet is increased by 200%, 225%, 250%. That's 275 even. That basically makes it not worth it to colonize there. Okay, so let's check the map. I think we'll just check out that planet, and I'm going to survey it again. Okay, so this planet has rich ore deposits and abundant rare deposits. We can see the modifiers here, and that makes this a class 3 survey data. And if we go to the cargo tab, we can see that we have one class 1, the 1,000 credits per piece, and the class 3 is worth 5,000 credits per unit. And you can just sell these data to to on the black markets, on the regular markets, and it's not really going to influence the. Okay, so as we see here, 135 supplies would be consumed. We only have 125. We can't even afford surveying this. Is there a planet that is a bit cheaper to run a full survey? Xenon's World, I think that's one of these here. That's a bit closer. Good showcase, something under the radar. What's that? Well, let's perform the survey. Abundant ore deposits, class 1 survey data. It's not a great planet, but well, let's leave. And let's check this out. A Wayfarer class combat freighter. I'll explore it. 2 types of permanent damage, lasting damage, degraded engines, erratic fuel injector. It would still boost our fleet. I mean, we don't really have anything now, but let's not go for it. I just want to deal with the upkeep costs and stuff like that. Okay, is there anything else on the radar? We're going to perform an active sensor burst. It's going to increase. Oh boy, that's a fleet. Okay, that's a fleet. There we have to be careful with that. And that might be a fleet as well on the radar. This is a confirmed fleet. Seems their mission is exploring, but that doesn't mean they're not going to attack us. And that might be an even bigger field. It might possibly also be a debris field, but I don't. No, that's not. That's a fleet, and we need to be careful, and we need to go. Okay, so we're just going to set a course for this. We're just going to leave the system. No need to risk anything. That would actually make us cross paths with this fleet, but well, we could defeat that. Okay, they're pursuing us. How are we going to deal with this? We're going to emergency burn away. But we didn't make it. Okay, so we will have to fight this. No other option. They have 2 ships that can fight, but they're... Oh, that's tricky. Well, let's fight regardless. We're going to deploy... Oh boy, 2 of our ships. It's 2 against 2. I'm not entirely sure we can actually win this. You know what? I'm just going to... am I going to try and fight this? I'm not. I don't think I am. I will deploy this and I will try to retreat as fast as possible and just full retreat, go away, run. Let's try to disengage. This is a ship that can phase, sort of small teleports, and that's actually pretty good for just running away. There we go. Teleport, phase away, run. Well, there's just no way they're going to catch us. And we retreated, and well, that should give us an opportunity to escape. They're maneuvering for another engagement. Of course, they're not going to let us run. But still, okay. And how do we... Okay, we're just going to try and... Okay, so they went this way. There is an ability that we could use to jump into hyperspace directly without using a jumping point, but we have not learned that yet. It's locked behind a couple of levels, so that's a problem. And we're going to do this. We're going to move like here. That's good. And we'll just try to find the long way around this, escape that fleet, and just be careful. We could actually go dark as well. That would mean we would turn off all non-essential systems, but it would make us go much slower. I think we should be fine. If we would die here, we would not be like dead, as in we could play with our character more, but it would mean that we have to start again, basically. We lose our fleet. We do not lose our character. We do not lose the money we have either, the credits, but we lose our fleet. And well, building our fleet back up, it's expensive, especially because we just don't have that much credits now either. So we're just going to try and escape, and we managed to do that. Unless there's a fleet waiting for us here, but what are the odds? And we're just going to go back to the civilized systems. Did our mission. We found some. Oh boy, okay, this is a fleet. We're just going to jump away. We're just going to run. Okay, so within space there might be scavengers, there might be, we're going to get hit. There might be just friendly salvage fleets that are generally just not hostile. But there also might be, distress signal. We're just going to ignore that. It might be one of those salvage fleets that genuinely need some fuel. But it might also be pirates who use a distress signal to lure unsuspecting pilots, their captains, to their doom. They will just wait around the jump point and just attack you just immediately. Not really worth checking out right now. Later on, when our fleet is larger, that might be a good opportunity to earn some quick cash. To fight battle, get levels, experience, but right now we just can't do anything here. So so there's 2 battles going on. We're actually going to check those out. Mercenary patrol, they are engaged in battle, and we're going to help them. For that we need to turn on our transponder, otherwise they're just not going to accept our help. But they have some decent ships. And we're just going to help them to see if we can get some loot here. So we're going to interact with them. They are fighting. We are going to join the battle. We're going to, continue. Just go do that. We're going to deploy our 2 combat ships. And we are going to set my ship on autopilot. I really like autopilot. It depends on the type of ship. If I fight my battles directly with a ship like a Hammerhead, I probably would do that. I generally do that. They're just very fun to play, but with some ships, and especially the phase ships, I don't feel confident in fighting those battles directly myself. The AI really does a good job with that. I really like the AI. There's some situations, some ship builds, weapon times and such, where you generally need to fight yourself because the AI wouldn't be able to properly fight with your setup. But for most ships, the AI does a good job. So we destroy the ship. And our drones, the drones of our Shepherd class drone tender, are dealing some, damage is a big word, but they're doing something. And shields are down, so these rockets should deal some damage. Torpedoes. And what's going on in the battle? The enforcer. We're winning this easily. No question here. No, the ship destroyed. AI did that. And so you see these shields, and The ships, they kind of depend on flux. You see two statistics on the ship. You see flux here, and you see hull. And flux is sort of a combination between damage you take and damage you deal out. Basically, it's sort of energy your ship is using either defensively or attacking, and you sort of need to balance that a bit. Well, AI needs to balance that. You can't deal too much damage at once. You can't take too much damage at once. That's going to go. Actually, I'll put a little bit more complete description here, but basically you just need to balance things a bit out. And things like flux capacity, how much flux you can, well, have, build up, and also flux dissipation, how fast that flux goes away, flux venting, how fast that flux gets away. Those are pretty important in a ship build. You can't build too much heavy machinery and just not put any points in flux distribution and stuff like that. You need to be careful how you build your ships. The AI does, again, a decent job in that, as in the standard builds for ships, they're usually pretty balanced. Alright. Okay, so there's something else happening here. Oh, your flagship's combat readiness is decreasing due to extended deployment. What that means is combat readiness, this also called CR. That is a really important number within this game, because CR, it basically means how well your ship is at being in combat right now. The better you are, the worse you are, the more penalties you are going to get. So basically, if your CR, your combat readiness, is low and you're still fighting, there's a good chance you're going to get damage. Weapons will fail to work, and your ship is just going to perform worse and worse over time, with serious risks. So getting that number, the CR number, as high as possible, that's important. There's a couple skills for that. Levels, we are going to take those as soon as possible. Bam, we got him. And well, the enemy fleet is defeated, it seems. Okay, so yeah, that's important. Captains can increase it. We don't have any lieutenants, captains yet. That's we can hire some people eventually to control ships directly, but they can increase the combat readiness percentage. But basically, that's very important to have that as high as possible. I don't think are we going to catch that. I just want to wait that long. We can immediately. That ship is trying to escape, so we can just claim victory here. We'll let that ship escape, but we destroy the others. We might actually join the pursuit. We're going to order our second in command to handle that. That means basically we're just not going to fight that directly, but we are going to deploy our ships. And they got him. They pursued him, and no enemy ships managed to escape. So we're going to pick through the wreckage of the fight. It's earning us a couple supplies, fuel, bit of metal. Let's see if there's anything. No. Okay, so we're going to Yama, the hegemony planet. Going to jump there, and right now I am going to check if there's an interesting mission. This is actually pretty close. 30,000 credits reward. The ship is orbiting in a jump point. This is one of those analyze ship missions. It's really close. Yeah, we'll just take this. More money, more problems. Okay, there's combat going on here. We're just going to ignore that. We're going to set plot a course for Yama, But first we're going to level, because our character gained some experience from the fight just now, and we can level. So until now we got the fuel reduction consumption from the navigation tab. And well, for now we're going to put more points into industry, I think. Yeah, recovered chips start with extra hull integrity, 20%, 25% chance to recover weapons and fighter LPCs from enemy ships. Those are all skills that focus on recovering ships, recovering resources from ships. We're going to take the recovered ships start with 20 to 30% hull integrity and combat readiness. We're not going to take that one. We're going to take 25% chance to recover weapons and fighter LPCs from enemy ships. We're going to take that. That means we can loot more weapon systems from, well, ships after combat. So what are these fleets? Okay, let's just ignore that. Nothing to see here. Oh, there's also combat going on there. Mercenary scouts. I just want to trade. Leave me alone. Oh boy. Okay. Well, we are in the civilized world again. We're going to check out some. Actually, no. You know what? We're going to save that for the next episode. Thank you for watching, and feel free to like and subscribe if you like what you see. And please, 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 if you do have some feedback for me, if you have some hints, tips, things I should do, please feel free to let me know. Yeah, thank you, and until the next time.